Most people think organized crime looks like chaos, guns, gangs, violence, territory. That image is comforting because when crime is loud, we know what to do. But what if crime evolves? What if it stops fighting the state and starts learning how the state works? Today, I want to explain how modern organized crime becomes invisible and why that threat no longer stops in Latin America. In Brazil, something strange happened. Violence went down, homicides dropped. Cities like Sao Paulo became statistically safer. Many people assumed this meant crime was losing power. That assumption is wrong. Brazil's largest criminal organization, the Primeiro Comando da Capital, discovered something critical. Violence attracts attention, stability attracts opportunity. Instead of fighting endlessly over territory, the organization imposed internal discipline. Conflicts stopped being solved with murder and started being solved internally, quietly. The streets became calmer, but criminal power did not disappear. It reorganized. Here's the part most people don't understand. Modern organized crime does not start with banks, hedge funds, or big corporations. It starts with ordinary neighborhood businesses, bakeries, fruit shops, flower stores, small markets, car washes, bars, gas stations. Why? Because these businesses handle large amounts of cash, have low financial oversight, deal with perishable goods, and variable losses rarely attract police or media attention. They are perfect for early-stage money laundering. At first, nothing looks wrong. The same owner, the same storefront, the same smell of bread in the morning, but behind the counter, decisions are no longer local. Prices change. Suppliers are imposed. Competitors close. This is not violence. This is economic capture. Invisible crime doesn't shock society. It blends into daily life. People notice gunshots. They don't notice price manipulation. People notice police raids. They don't notice when a fuel station consistently sells cheaper than anyone else. By the time authorities realize what happened, entire local markets depend on criminal logistics. Crime hasn't taken over territory. It has taken over function. Here's the critical mistake international audiences make. They think this stays local. It doesn't. Modern criminal organizations don't need to export violence. They export capital. Money laundered through small businesses eventually moves upward, into logistics, into commodities, into real estate, into financial markets. This is why criminal networks from Latin America appear in Europe and North America without bringing street violence with them. London doesn't see the guns, it sees property purchases. New York doesn't see territory disputes, it sees transactions that look legal on paper. This is how organized crime enters global systems without triggering alarms. Political scientists call this trajectory the road toward a narco-state, not a country ruled by criminals, but a country slowly adapting to criminal economic power. The danger is not chaos, the danger is normalization. When crime becomes invisible, it becomes tolerated. When it becomes tolerated, it becomes permanent. And when it becomes permanent, democracies struggle to remove it without destabilizing themselves. Falling crime statistics can be real. Lives saved matter. But reduced violence does not always mean reduced criminal power. Sometimes it means crime has learned how to hide. So the real question for Western democracies is this. What happens when organized crime no longer needs violence to grow, and our institutions only know how to react once violence returns? If you want to understand how invisible crime works and why it affects global systems, not just one country, stay alert, because the crime you don't see is often the one that wins.